Hi, George. I invited you here because I wanted you to see exactly what a Matterport 360 tour entails. Most people have no idea, and I wanted you to have a good feel for it. You've probably had other agents also approach you about it, and usually uh, from the models that I've seen, people get shortchanged because they don't know what it is they're buying. So I'm going to show you what a complete Matterport model looks like. I have the ability to screen share, and I'm going to show you uh, my set of models that I have available for you to look at. And then you can kind of judge from the whatever you've got to market whether it would fit what you want. So I'm going to go to screen share, and I'm going to select uh, the regular computer screen, and then I'm going to do a share, and then I'm going to choose let me see here. So this is my showcase, and I have 5 models on here right now. Are you able to see them?
I am. My name is George Cahill, by the way, and thank you for having me today, Sam.
I'm sorry.
I said, thank you for having me today. My name is
Oh,
George Cahill.
uh, glad to have you. Um, so let's look at, here's a model that has an awful lot of features in it. This is Pier 5 Condominium Apartment 143. So this is what happens when you open a Matterport model. For those that didn't see it, there was a dollhouse that came and went. We'll see that later. And so what the screen looks like, there's some listing information at the top, including the address. And then here's your main viewing screen. And then at the very bottom is what's called a highlight reel, which shows you individual pictures throughout the whole property, and it will enable you to walk through the property by clicking on these highlights. So that's the first thing we're going to start with, is the highlights. And I click on the first highlight, and you'll see the picture that that little highlight represents. And you'll also notice that on the highlight reel, they have the name of the picture. So here is Pier 5 entrance. Okay, and also because I clicked on that, it's also got a red frame around it because it's showing that's the current one. Now, each of these highlights is 360 rotatable. That means I put my mouse on this thing and move it. I can rotate the whole picture 360 degrees. And look, there's some character over there. Okay. And we go all the way around back to where we started. And if we got tired, if we got like halfway around and got tired, if I click on the picture, it'll rotate back to where it started. And then also, besides 360, I can also look up and look down. And I can also, by using the mouse wheel, I can make it a little further away or a little closer up.
That's
So
pretty awesome, Sam.
I'm glad you like it. Thank Matterport for all this stuff. All right, so that's the first picture. And you'll notice that it's at the entrance, and you notice there's two uh, uh, places that a car could go through. One is an entrance, and then the other one's the exit. And when I click here, it puts us inside
Wow,
the parking lot.
that's
And,
amazing.
yeah, these pictures are wonderful, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, so I can also look up and down, and as I look around, you can see there's the concierge office, and that's the guy that clicks you in. You notice these entrances are gated, so he has to push a button to open the gates for you. And then here's the exit, and then right here is an entrance where you can walk in, and he has to push a button again to let you and enter there. And then we go to the next. Oh, and let me go back. You see the sign outside. So basically, we're traveling in a logical sequence, but that has to be done by the developer.
You mean the videographer or the?
Videographer, sorry. Okay, so we go to the next one, which is the front desk. Okay, and
This is amazing technology.
I'm sorry.
This is amazing technology.
It is. So we see the whole front desk, but we also see the entrance that we came in. And hit the next picture, and that puts us inside the garage. And you can see the gate that we went through. And we can go around, see how long the garage is. It's humongous. And it goes around a complete circle, so it comes back the other way the same way. Now, all these pictures we've seen so far, if you look at the upper left-hand corner on the highlight reel, you'll see there's a little thing that says 360. And each of those 360 pictures, they do not participate in what you will see later as a dollhouse or floor plan. They're completely independent and had to be taken separately. So go to the final garage parking spot, and you can see where the entrance is way down at the other end. And then many of the apartments, including the one we're looking here, have a door near their parking space. Okay, so now we're going to go inside the building, and we're going in at this bottom garage level. Now we can rotate around here and see where we're at. And you notice there's a funny little thing on the door. That's called a matter tag. And because this is a complex unit, I matter tagged every room. Again, that's something the developer does not have to do, but I felt it was necessary and an important add-on to the whole model. So if
So you're calling yourself a videographer slash developer?
I have to call myself a developer because you're developing this whole model.
Okay, well, just for reference, because I was a little bit confused.
I'm sorry.
I said just for reference, because when you say developer, I'm thinking you're developing real estate.
I know, you're thinking of someone that's building real estate units.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, when I put my mouse on that little circle, it shows me text. Now, that's only one of the many things you can do with those meta tags. But for this particular property, that's the main purpose. It's to show you a description about the room. So this, right here, I have this, I'm telling you, this is the lower garage entrance, one of two entrances. And also, to continue this tour, you should rotate to see there's a powder room and a laundry room, a washer and dryer on this level. So I'm going to rotate, and you see going along here, there's the additional rooms. Now I'm going to click again on the highlight reel to the powder room, and the counter room is right there at the entrance. Okay. And it's back to the hallway, and then in the hallway there's a the washer and dryer, and then the room right next to the washer. And again, I have a matter tag up here, lower level laundry room, side by side washer and dryer, and then right after that is the utility room. Got a hot water heater, and I guess the heating system, air conditioning system, and again, a matter tag there. Okay, so now we're at the end of the hall, and we're going to turn around and go up the stairs to the living room. Okay, so there's the stairs to the living room, and then if I click the next thing, we're in the living room.
What are those circles on the floor, Sam?
Okay, there are going to be a thing called a walking tour where we use the circles to move. That will come shortly after this. Okay. So right now we've gone into the living room, and then there's stairs to the kitchen. Okay, and we go up those stairs, and then we get up to the dining room, and you notice you can see the living room is like a sunken living room. It's sunken about 12 stairs. That's quite a sunken living room.
Right.
Okay. And there's also, you can't see it here, but there's a glass wall here to protect you from falling off the edge here. Okay. And there's fancy lighting. And then and again, we have these matter tags explaining what everything is. And then we go the kitchen, and then there's a thing called a greenhouse room where we're actually near the second entrance. Okay, and then there's stairs. It's called the balcony entrance. So we're right there, and again, there's a matter tag on the door explaining it's the second entrance, and the closet here. And then we go up another set of stairs. And we go to bedroom 1. And there's a beautiful view out there of the Ben Franklin Bridge. And let's see here. And then we go, there's a toilet and shower. First there's the stairs in this room, which gets us up to a toilet and shower. And then right adjacent to the toilet and shower, in the same little level, there's a bathtub and a sink.
I see it.
And then we go back on the way out of this room. And so there's another level, and this is a little closet on the way out. And then we're stairs to the next level, and it has another bathroom up there. And After we're done with that bathroom, we go in the top bedroom. So we've gone through the whole house, the whole unit. The thing to look at here, the living room had a deck we hadn't covered. It's on the outsides. So you can have another beautiful view of the marina and the Ben Franklin Bridge. And then finally, there's a common veranda. Okay, so the common veranda, again, Ben Franklin Bridge, and this is an area shared by everybody there. So now what we just did was a highlight tour. We went through every highlight and went through the entire building. Now, if you want to speed it up, we do a guided tours. So right here is this button shows us our highlights to make them appear and disappear. But right next to it is this play button, which will give us a guided tour. And I'm going to hit that. And it's going to start us all over again, what we just did. But it's going to go like a movie. So if you're in a hurry to go through a whole unit, this thing will take you there really fast. And it looks like a movie. It actually moves as if you're in a movie. It pans in various directions to show you where you're going next.
Fascinating.
So, okay, so we don't have to go through that whole thing. Okay, so let's just stop this for a second. And anytime I want to stop, by the way, all I have to do is hit the screen, and it tells me I can rotate or move or hit the play button again. So I'm in that lower level with a washer and dryer. And now I'm going to start using the circles on the floor. So this circles will walk me okay. Going to walk me through the building, up the stairs. And again, you can do this faster than a human being can walk through. But these circles help us to see even more, because like when we're looking in the living room now, we can get a really nice view of the marina, and we can see the fireplace, and you can see on the wall, there's actually one of those intelligent thermostats that I should have put a matter tag on, didn't. Okay, you can see the kitchen. Oh, you can actually see the glass protection too. See that?
How far can you zoom in on that thermostat, Sam?
I'm just turning the button so that using the wheel on the mouse, that's about as close as I can get.
Pretty amazing.
And then I can go up those stairs and walk around the kitchen. Here's the dining room, and I can walk around the shelving in the kitchen, the various counters. So you can see a lot more with a walking tour. Here's your other door, and here's the closet, and so on. So you can walk through every single inch of the house with a walking tour. And then if that's not enough, you've got a floor plan and a dollhouse. So let's look at a floor plan. Okay. So again, with the floor plan, you notice there's a name for the rooms. Again, yes. I had to add that.
Okay.
If people are lazy, they won't see that.
I see all your matter tags are on that floor plan too.
Oh, now the matter tags, you put them in on the walls of the room, but they stay in the floor plan and in the dollhouse.
Okay.
So you see them in one place, they're in all the places.
Got it.
So I can go here, for instance, and there's a living room. Okay. And here's your second floor balcony entrance. Okay. Now notice, here's the dining room, here's the living room. there's a whole flight of stairs to get from that dining room to the living room. Okay, but it looks like they're on the same floor because they treat a sunken living room as part of that floor that it's on. So even though this building has 5 levels, it treats it as 2 levels, which is
Okay.
little weird. So if I go to the Dow House, now you can see every single feature of this thing. So there's more furniture, you'd see the furniture. And also, you remember the lower level? That didn't even show up on the floor plan, but it's there in the dollhouse. You can see it right here
Right.
at the very bottom. Okay. So that's it. The only other tour is right here, which is called a virtual reality tour. And you need special headset to see that, so we won't do that now. But if you have those headsets, you can actually, you put that on, and the ideal thing is to sit in a chair that rotates. And you sit down, and instead of using circles on the floor, they use balloons in the air. And you stare at a balloon and it takes you there. So you walk through the entire house and you feel like you're in the house. If you got up and started walking around, you would bump into a real wall from your house. So you have to be very careful using these things. They're somewhat dangerous, but they give you the actual feeling as if you're in the house. You can't do any better than that.
Very interesting.
All right, and there's one more thing. There's 2 more things. One, I didn't use this, but if you click on this thing here, just like on YouTube, it switches you to full screen, and you get a slightly bigger picture because all the stuff around the boundaries is gone. And then this thing here is a share space. And so if you or you or somebody or your friends or relatives want to promote this, they can click like Facebook or Instagram or sending an email, and they can send this model out to friends and family. And if it's really an interesting model, or if you got a lot of friends, this thing will be all over the internet. So,
Can I ask some questions?
any questions?
Yeah, I have some questions.
Sure.
How much does this cost?
Okay, now, a model like this, you can probably find somebody who says they're going to charge you $150 for it. And I'm saying, you paid $150, you get what you pay for. You're going to get a lot of stuff that's not there. You're not going to get the matter tags. You're not going to get the labels. You're not even going to get this highlight tour, and you're not going to get that the virtual tour, the guided tour. So all you're going to get is just a room that you can walk through, but it's like a rat in a maze. You don't know where to start.
So you're saying that in order to have the walking tour, you have to have the highlight tour?
No, the walking tour comes with the cheap version,
Okay.
but the guided tour comes with the highlight tour.
Got it.
So if they don't build a highlight tour, you won't have one. So I think a fair price for a unit like this is about $300.
And how many feet was this? Looks like around 2,000. Okay, so it's $300 for 2,000 square feet, approximate.
Yeah.
Now, do you get custom photos with that price? Can
No,
I?
that's interesting. The way this stuff is created, the videographer goes through the entire building, taking pictures, not at a single spot in a room, but every 6 to 8 feet, 5 to 8 feet. to cover the whole building, and that allows them to get the floor plan and all that. So whoever does this is going to have to do that no matter what. But once they're there and they upload that, then they get to a workspace where they do the post-processing, where they do the highlights and the other things like that. So in that area, they have a little camera, and you could go to any spot that in the room that you could get to by what we just did, and you click the camera, and it saves a picture. And you can say whether you want it to be a 360 picture or you want it to be a flat picture. So you can create a set of flat pictures that you could use for your listing, say in the MLS.
High-res pictures?
I'm sorry?
Are they high resolution?
Yeah. Whatever you see here is about the same quality.
Okay.
So you could try that out and see whether you like it. I've never tried it.
The next question, how do we track views on this thing? Okay, you shoot it, you put it up, it stays on Matterport, you start marketing it. Can you track how much?
Okay. Okay, good question. After you've created this, you are able to copy the link, again, from the work area, and you put that link into a special field in the MLS called a virtual tour link. And that virtual tour link, people could put anything in there. They could put a YouTube video link. They could put just a link to set a picture, anything at all. But you put your Matterport link in there. And when you do that, then on Realtor.com, a little icon appears. And then they click on that icon, the model opens. So that's the very first place any realtor can go on the MLS and get that link. But for the common viewer, the person who's shopping around, they're going to see it on Realtor.com. Now, I'm a little confused about Zillow, because I did see it on Zillow, and now when I'm looking, it's not there. There's a spot on Zillow where you should be able to see the link for Matterport. So I'm going to have to check into that again. But I know when I looked on Waterfront Square, Unit 1404, I did find it there. And now I just looked at it tonight and I couldn't find it. So I'm not quite sure what that is.
I have a question.
But what it is this virtual tour link gets passed to every single website that uses the information from the MLS, which is a huge collection. And so they all have the capability, whether they use it or not, to show the model. So that's all I can tell you about that.
Next question. Now this is a 2,000 square foot place. What's the smallest size house you can shoot that you recommend? Would you shoot a house that's 800 square feet, for example?
I'm sorry, what's the smallest house that you would recommend for this?
That you would use this on?
Okay, I would prefer a small house that has very little rooms and not much to see, and you could walk through it without getting lost. I would recommend you just use Zillow, where you only take a picture in every room.
So you wouldn't recommend Matterport for a small house?
No.
Okay.
So we did one in Fishtown, and I think that's perfectly good for Matterport.
Okay.
Okay, but if we did a one-floor condo with just a few rooms, I don't see the advantage of using Matterport.
Got it. Now, does the price go down if the house is smaller?
Say again?
Does the
The,
price go down if the house is smaller?
again, you can't cut much off the price. Half of the problem, half the work is going there, setting up, and then doing the post processing. So
So is the,
uh, you can cut some price off by, I don't have that many pictures to take, but you're talking cutting a half an hour off your time, maybe.
how much time does it take start to finish just to shoot it?
How much time? The Fishtown one we did, which is about the shortest amount of time, uh, that took a little bit over an hour.
On which one?
I'm sorry, I'm hard of hearing. What?
Did it take an hour on this one we're looking at, you're saying?
No, the photographer, the videographer, if he's prepared, and if the place is neat, if he's got to go through and clean the place up and pull window shades down and make the lights, he's got extra time to spend. So again, if someone set it up for him in advance, then he could cut something down on the price.
Got it. I'm sold, Sam. I'd like to order one.
Okay. All right. So thank you for coming.
My pleasure. This was fascinating. I'm going to tell all my clients about it.
I'm glad. Okay. So I'm going to stop the share and end.